What's up, the squad? Back with another video. I seen the title was going out. Make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button for me, please. Y'all see it right here. Definitely appreciate y'all for, sharing these videos, liking these videos, doing everything y'all can, in support of myself, his channel and everything. And I have to say that, and I truly do say that a lot, just to get that recognition, because I feel like y'all definitely do a lot, and I truly appreciate y'all for so much. I do want to say, though, definitely want to say that there's a lot been talk. There's a lot of talk. There's a lot of talk. Over the weekend, the 4th of July, with everything that's been going on. I feel like it was definitely one of the busiest. It's definitely just been a crazy weekend. All in all, with everything. People have been talking about, and it's definitely sad that they're doing this. People have been talking about, obviously, President Trump and, the fair. People have been speaking on, what's going down in New York City, Chicago. There's a lot going on. But, of course, The View has a lot to say and blame everything on Trump. Let's check it out.
Great American State Fair. Remember that? It led up to Trump's 4th of July speech, where he warned Americans that there's a new Red Scare in the country. Take a look.
America is back, and we want to keep America great. America will never be a communist country. Won't happen. Communism is a loser, and it always will be. The communist system is the opposite of the American system, and the communist system has never worked. Our warriors did not fight communism on battlefields across the world, only to have that menace rear its ugly head right back here in America. We're not going to let it happen.
Speaking of ugly heads. That was wrong of me. That was wrong of me.
But I'm gonna be wondering with y'all. I feel like if President Trump were to go on a view like JD Vance, I guarantee Joy would be speaking differently, saying things differently, and I know for a fact. Just for this simple fact, Joy Behar loved Trump on one point in time. For the people that didn't know. Then on top of that, Joy is fake. She's a follower. You obviously see it with the ladies. She tries to keep up as much as possible when it comes down to what Sonny says, or Whoopi, and then Vera. She tries to play, both sides even. I'm telling y'all.
Right.
They always drag out the commie card when they're really drowning, it seems. I mean, people need to have affordability. He's trying to stop the midterm elections any way he can. Well, and so now it's all about the communist. I mean, come on, people, wake up.
He's trying to reframe democratic socialism as communism.
Yeah.
And you do that when you don't have anything to run on other than the corruption that you and your family and the big grift that they are. But what I'd like to point out.
Okay. So sit there and talk about how big of a grift the Trump family is. But don't say anything when it comes down to the body. Like and then try to sneak that in there and start talking about something else. My thing is with Sonny is that Sonny is a person that's not understanding. This is a person that you truly can't really speak to because they're so in the now and they know the truth about something. She's one of those individuals that's on the left that's clearly, very much so ignorant. So it's more so, you just got to keep it moving. She's not understanding at all. And we obviously see that.
Is on America's 250th, Mamdani called for unity while Trump appeared to try to rewrite the past. We have a clip of how Mamdani reacted to 250 years.
We see a city of contradictions within a nation of contradictions. We see the wealthiest country in the history of the world, one where children go to sleep hungry while the world's first trillionaire hungers for more. Those ideals upon which our nation was built, they are strong enough to endure any authoritarian regime, but only if we reach for them. For generation after generation, we have been told that when the world has sent its people to our shores, it has not sent its best. The work of fulfilling the values first enshrined in the Declaration of Independence, that work endures, and it belongs to us all.
Yeah.
You see? So that is a true celebration. In my view, that's a true celebration of patriotism, because you have to confront both the nation's ideals and its flaws. And that's what Mamdani did, and that is not what Trump did. He celebrated nation's ideals and its flaws. And that's what Mamdani did, and that is not what Trump did. He celebrated.
Okay. Maybe it was a reason for my that sneeze to come, because I was about to say something outrageous. So it's actually a very good thing that happened. I do want to say, though, to make things make sense, honestly, I look at the simple fact that this is something that you shouldn't do. Is I feel like it's more so to embrace, and just realize. My thing is, I look so more of positivity, nothing negative, and I feel like they look so more of negative that it becomes it's very much so insane. It's sickening that they have to look so much more of negative to and they pick and choose. Obviously, they know it's 4th of July weekend. They know this is the 250th, so they took upon them time to recognize illegal aliens rather than America in general. And these are the stunts that they go off on and what they do, and it's truly sickening. I'm telling y'all, truly sickening.
Himself.
That's right. And and Mamdani is so eloquent. I wish I could just gather my thoughts like that. I just put my feelings on a cake. I think we have that picture. Can we show that picture? Yeah, that's what I do. Yeah. Message it, and like it's a message, and I get to eat. That's like where I'm at.
250 years.
Yes.
We can do better.
Let's do better.
And my thing is this, listen, I watched clips of Trump's speech. It was after 11. I've got a baby, and I probably wasn't going to do that even if it wasn't at 11 p.m. I watched all of Mamdani's speech. Personally, neither really spoke to my vision of America. I thought both painted a bit darker of a version of where we are.
I'm not going to lie. Like I've always said, a lot of times I don't agree with what Alyssa Farah Griffin is saying, but sometimes I do. It didn't. Me personally, y'all just heard what I said. It does, like that stuff, it showed nothing about America. And they know what they be doing.
Spoke to my vision of America. I thought both painted a bit darker of a version of where we are. I think this is the greatest nation on earth, but you, to Sonny's point, have to acknowledge our flaws. You have to acknowledge the ones that are still happening. You have to acknowledge past wrongs. But I've traveled to nearly every one of the 50 states. There's 3 I haven't been to. I've met people all over this country. I still think there's more that unites us than divides us. I think that you don't have to demonize the wealthy to lift up the poor. I don't think you have to demonize immigrants to be able to celebrate who has made this country. And I think that there's some scary things on the right that we have to be ready to call out. And when Donald Trump does things, I call them out. And there are some scary things on the left that we have to call out. Democratic socialism is not communism. And Donald Trump is right. This will never be a communist country. But there are some leanings of these democratic socialists that I do think are out of step with what America is.
But they have a fit when we yell the word fascist, call him a fascist. He doesn't like that.
But you can say it. And that's what makes America great, is you can say it. You can call him that.
And I feel like, honestly, that's one thing about it. They look at the simple fact that, okay, we call them this and they call them, but soon as we say something, or the right says something or anything like that, it becomes a problem. But then again, it's okay. Y'all can say whatever you want to do. Say whatever you want. Say whatever you want to say. That's completely fine. Completely fine. Then on top of that, y'all gotta look at some fact, man. What burns me up about this is that you just like Alyssa said, don't just call out what the right does, what Trump administration do. You gotta call it out from both sides. And that's what I feel like they miss all the time, is not calling it out, for both sides. I'm not saying y'all hear me all the time, and I truly say I love talking to different individuals of their views, different views, because it means something to me. I look at the simple fact, y'all, that one thing about it is I love to speak and hear other people's views, because I don't look at anybody as perfect. We all have flaws. We all have things that we have to work on and fix, and that's what it is. But when something is truly bad and it doesn't work because we've seen it, It truly is bad, and it doesn't work. It's nothing that is just like, okay, well, let's just try it again. And it's bad. No, it truly does not work that way. And people need to realize that. I'm telling y'all, people definitely need to realize that. Got it right here. Reverend Jordan Wells spoke a lot, you know, and you know, in the truth about Zohran Mamdani and you know, the 4th of July weekend. Check it out.
You won't believe what Zohran Mamdani just did. So not only did his wife skip the 250-year anniversary because they're communists, right? They're Islam. They hate America, right? And I don't know what part about people in America don't get that if you are a devout Islamic person, you usually do not like America because they were trained in our schools, right, to hate this country. They've been trained since they were a little kid, but they have things in their religion that teaches them how to come into a nation, be stealth, get in office, and act like they like the country. But Zohran don't like this country. This man is a terrorist. This man is a communist. Right? Talking about seizing the means of production, taking people's private property, right? It is insane, right? That this person is either a serious candidate in the United States of America. But he actually did something that I can't even believe, right? So, you know, we are in a war with Iran, right? The number one sponsor of terrorism in the world. Well, he decides that it was a good idea to wrap the trains that was supposed to be free, remember, in New York City with the Iran flag on our 250-year anniversary. On our 250.
I don't care what nobody say about nothing. They do stuff and plan stuff because that's things that they like. What Zohran Mamdani is doing, he knows what he's doing and he knows what he rock. I don't care what nobody about. You know, people say, oh, well, it's for this and this for that. Man, they know what they doing. The things that he's been saying and the things they know is exactly what they're doing.
They are celebrating nations that are hostile to the United States. He should be removed from office right there. His citizenship should be terminated. He should be removed right there. Right, but this is who the Democrats have become, and the left have become. A person that, instead of celebrating the greatest nation that allowed this terrorist to come over here and enjoy a great life and his family, right? He would rap, which is it's heretical, it's demonic, it's wicked. Well, how dare you in America, Iran, who hates America, who chants death to America? He literally, I have to put the picture up there. He literally wrapped the flag, the Iranian flag, around buses. How insane is that? That's insane.
They know what they're doing at the end of the day. So people can say whatever they want to, but they know exactly what they're doing at the end of the day. And that's just me being completely honest with y'all and completely real. One thing about it, says here, New York residents are furious as Zohran Mamdani overpowered restrictions. Literally saying that Zohran Mamdani, basically calling him out. I'm not going to play this video because I don't want to get, you know, obviously messed up. It's a lot of cussing. But basically calling out, you know, calling out Zohran Mamdani out his name. Said, yeah, this individual has got a message from Con Ed. They tell me that they're going to lower the voltage in my area to reduce outages. What a coincidence. The same day Taylor Swift gets married, imagine going to the gas station paying full price, but they quietly give you 10% less than what you're supposed to get. Welcome to socialism. It's one thing about it, and, you know, he's rationing things. He's doing things his way, changing things out. But then again, people have literally told so many individuals, even before this, I've put out videos, even before, you know, Zohran Mamdani getting elected in, so many videos of letting people know, you know, what has happened, you know, what's going on, this, that, and the other. Y'all shouldn't do this. And I can't tell you who to vote for. I can't tell you who to support. But it truly just goes to show you that so many people don't pay attention to what's true rather than looking at fake posts. Says, remember that while this is happening and residents are being told to keep their air conditioning at 78 degrees, New York Post did investigative journalism and found temperatures inside City Hall were just as low as 54. So y'all truly are not, you know, so much of thinking at all. And y'all got people that are truly got their air conditioning, setting it to 78 degrees, and they feeling good. They're all good. Zohran Mamdani, I can vouch. I could tell you right now, is way lower. They got their stuff set. You know, it's just set as low as 54. I'm telling y'all. People need to lock in and realize what's going on. Make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. Definitely appreciate y'all. Much love, everybody. Catch y'all next one.